Hello everyone, Bridget Casey with Bridget Casey Designs here today for the Do What Makes You Happy Milestone Celebration Hop. I'm so honored to share a couple projects with you celebrating a couple of wonderful crafters in our industry. We'll begin with the Hill Blossoms Layering Stencil Set. Then we bring in our ink colors for the day, which include some of my favorites, which are Pocketful of Sunshine and Rock Collection. I'm bringing in some spicy yogurt cardstock, which is one of my absolute favorite cardstocks ever. I'm now laying down my die to make sure I have enough room for my stencil, and then just making sure my stencils are in the right orientation and the right side up. Once I know that they are, I will take a permanent Sharpie marker and mark in the corner so I know which side of the stencil is up. Now that I've done that, I will start blending with limestone ink on this one with a mini blending tool. I will then check and see if I like the color. If I do, I'm all set. So I'll move on. I've wiped the stencil off camera and I'm using Citrus Burst for this side. We will move back over to this side for the layer on the leaves and stems with the Silverstone ink. On this side, we will use Maple Yellow for the first layer. Moving back over here, I'm going to show you right there where I'm going to really look to line it up, and I'll check the other spots as well. Using Citrus Burst. This side will be Limestone. If you tend to get carried away with ink blending, make sure to cover up those open spots on the stencil. Now we're going to go in with the Maple Yellow and then the Honey Drizzle. I decided just to continue and finish it off, and then I will wipe my stencil and move it over to the other side where we will use Silverstone and Industrial Diamond. And we will go back and put the flower centers. So when you're saying, wait, there are no flower centers, I meant all the layers essentially. So now we'll do the flower centers, and we're going to do those with pure graphite ink. I would have used obsidian, but I was afraid of smudging, honestly. So I'm very excited with how these turned out. I really love them. Emery came by, she gave her tail of approval, and now we're running 2 pieces of spicy yogurt through the Angled Mosaic 3D embossing folder, and I will put those up to the top. I'm also pulling sentiment strips, 2 for my sentiment strips to go with my project. Since the stencil did not have sentiments with it, I've chosen 3 that I think I'm going to use. I only end up using 2 of them, but I'm going to use pure graphite so my inks coordinate well. So I'm going to stamp the What's Up. I decided to stamp it in the middle there so that I could cut it out with the featured sentiments dies in a moment. Then I'll stamp this one. We do use this one, and this final one that I stamped we did not end up using on this project, but that's the great thing about having one of those buckets where you can drop stuff in. I decided that I needed to separate my image from the background, so I cut out a piece of black glitter cardstock. I'm covering it in foam, and Emery's there again to help anytime she can. She does. She's such a good helper. And I'm offsetting that so it's like a nice shiny shadow behind there. And I'm going to lay that out, and I decided just to pop my sentiment down on this one, which I still do like the look of. It blends into the background, but I'm okay with that because it's popped up, so I really like it. And I thought I would use both of those, but it seemed a little crowded. So then I used my tape runner, and again, Emery is here to help, but she was really getting in the way, so I had to move her. So there's one card finished. And then the second card I ran into a crisis because I was a little off when I cut the die. So I thought I would show you how to save it. So if you don't do well with die cutting when you're done, die cut it first, tape it back into the cardstock you cut it from, and then go ahead and do your ink blending, and then you can just pop it out. So I used the same colors here. I used Citrus Burst and Maple Yellow for the stems and leaves, and then I used Limestone, Silverstone, Industrial Diamond, and finally Pure Graphite for the flower centers for my actual flowers. So I've die cut that now, or popped that out. Since I already had die cut it to begin with, I'm putting my tape on the back, and then I'll layer that over my shiny black piece. I also had trimmed out a piece of the black glitter cardstock for the What's Up when I was working with the dies. Again, Emery, she's like Where's Waldo of the crafting world. Where is Emery? She's always on the scene. She's always there helping. But it's wonderful to have crafty help and crafty friends and crafty assistants in this world. So, and this is celebrating two of our wonderful crafters. So Emery's just here to show she loves to help too. So there is my finished card for that one, and there they are together. I hope you had fun spending a little crafty time with me. I hope you get out there and do what makes you happy. Until next time, happy crafting.